Just hours after the ceasefire began in Lebanon and the displaced had taken to the roads with their possessions to head back to their villages in the south of the country. But despite the jubilation, much has been destroyed and it will take years to rebuild.
We left our house 63 days ago, almost in the first days that Dahya started getting bombarded. It was very hard on us. It's not easy at all.
The house has been damaged. We will go back and fix it, and we are used to this. We lost our house in the village down south, and now here.
The Israeli military struck targets right up to the moment in the early hours of the morning when the ceasefire took hold. Acrid smoke from the blasts still hung over the capital, Beirut. Lebanon's caretaker government is hoping the truce can be maintained. The nation's army will be deployed to the south to keep the peace.
Today is a new day where we hope it carries with it peace and stability. On this day, the 1,000-mile journey begins in rebuilding what was destroyed and completing the strengthening of the role of legitimate institutions.
Across the border in northern Israel, there is unease and questions over whether the agreement will hold. It is very, very quiet after months of fighting. There's no sound of artillery or rocket fire, but these places are still pretty much deserted. Most people still staying away. There's a great deal of apprehension about what comes next. You're very close here indeed.
Extremely close. If you actually look through the trees, you can see a Lebanese village there.
Barry Prague, a resident of kibbutz Daphna, says many of his neighbours are still too worried to return.
We've got a new area of development there. People have bought houses and they said, wait, are we so close to the border? Because we've had 15 years of quiet and now we had a war, which is the worst war we've ever had.
Under the deal, Hezbollah will move its heavy weapons north of the Litani River, whilst Israeli troops will withdraw from southern Lebanon entirely. But Israel is making clear it reserves the right to attack if there are breaches to the agreement. The accord does nothing, though, to stop the fighting in Gaza, where there's been no let-up in the violence. The people here feel abandoned.
Of course, news of the ceasefire in Lebanon is positive, for its people and for the government. And the people of Gaza dream of having the same, because they too deserve to experience that.
The truce between Israel and Hezbollah remains delicate. There is much that could still go wrong. The hope is that the initial 60-day ceasefire will be extended and will eventually lead to a broader regional peace. Alex Rossi, Sky News, Northern Israel.